Part 8. Got a light. I forgot my neck thing yesterday. Maybe that's why I got 10 views in 11 hours. Oh, yeah. 3 tracking devices are on their getaway car. We're opening with Mr. C and Ray. Prison escape. They're kind of friendly, kind of not. The usual for them. They're going to possibly be going to the farm, but they pull over to take a piss. Ray and Mr. C point guns at each other. Mr. C, empty. Ray shoots him dead. Almost. Bunch of woodsmen come out of nowhere. Great sound design. They're bringing him back to life. Ray's seeing this whole thing. He's freaked out. Gets in his car, takes off. Oh, when the woodsmen were... We've seen them twice so far. Yesterday, I didn't even bring it up. Second episode, we saw one in the jail cell. But Ray saw Bob. You don't even know who Bob is, but he saw Bob in the inner workings of mashed up Mr. C. He calls his buddy, Philip, and says, I think he's dead. I don't know. He got some kind of help. That's how he described it. And I saw something in him that might be the key. Smash cut to 9 Inch Nails, the 9 Inch Nails at the Roadhouse. Now, we've always ended with music at the Roadhouse. We've never had it in the beginning. Some might say this is the end of the episode because this is part 8, infamous. And strangely, regular people love this. I don't know what they think about that. I kind of love it too. I mean, I love their love. Of course, I love the episode. But I find it odd how many people, I think just normies, like to have a piece of avant-gardeness to talk about at dinner parties. You ever seen episode 8 of Twin Peaks? Part 8. Stop saying episode. So we cut to July 16th, 1945. That's the real day America set up their first nuclear device. Right in my next door neighbor, New Mexico. And we're seeing black and white footage. The bomb goes off. The scene is 5 minutes long. We go into the mushroom cloud. We go into man-made evil. That's the key. It's playing the victims of Hiroshima. The music, the visuals, everything's perfect. We have fission and fusion and man-made mutations and natural mutations. They have to adapt. And we cut to the convenience store. So for some of the best photography and editing I've ever seen in my entire life. Not Twin Peaks, my life. That's 3 minutes. So now we're 8 minutes in. And it is just manufactured evil. It's all those woodsmen. Well, not right away. At first, there's just twitching lights and smoke. But then the woodsmen start to be manufactured. It's just a place of evil. It's Mike and Bobby's. Not the good Mike and Bobby's. Mike and Bob. After that, we cut to a somewhat human-looking device of a man floating with entrails and entrails, almost like a vomit, which is insane because one of my weirdest dreams that I've had since as long as I can remember. I have these dreams where my whole insides are attached to me of coming out of my mouth. In art school, I even tried to get, I was in the film department, I tried to get an industrial designer to make me with a mouth guard, all these cords and wires of like 9 Inch Nails looking stuff for my headshot. We couldn't get it done. I still want to try to do that, but I have no idea what that means. But it reminds me of this. And in this entrails outward flow of static coming out of him, we see Bob again, and then we cut to the purple water world from episode 2. Remember the place where Cooper was getting processed? Did I just call purple episode? God damn. We go up to this metallic structure. I think it's the same structure, because remember in 2, he went up to the bell and came down and it had all changed. So I just think that it can change this source of power, because we go inside it and we're with the black and white world with the giant from part 1. Okay, so we're with the giant. Part 1, our shot is a little wider this time. We see a Nazi bell, and we see a beautiful cherub, and there's a message coming in from the bell. Eventually, he goes and turns the transmission off, and we get to see more of the location. He walks through this like cathedral opera house. It's super beautiful. He's got that transmission on pause, walks up to a movie screen in the opera house and turns back on the transmission. Now he's watching exactly what we just saw. Not 5 minutes and 3 minutes and whatever minutes. He sees the blast. He sees manufactured evil convenience store. And then he sees the entrails, outrails guy. And he sees Bob. He pauses it on Bob, actually. See, we are somewhere in the heavens, somewhere in the galaxy, where we are monitoring and combating evil. You might even call it the White Lodge. So he knows what he has to do. He levitates up through the sky, turns sideways, and a galaxy opens up from inside of him. An entire galaxy is slowly coming out. Our cherub enters. She sees the galaxy, and this little orb, seedling of love, comes out from a whole bunch of stuff, and it comes down to the cherub. And now it's an orb, basically looking exactly like a bowling ball. And we see the face of love. We see Laura Palmer. She gives it a kiss, and she sends it up toward all these gears, all these inner workings of the galactic heavens. They have to process this. It goes through a bunch of stuff, gets it ready for its journey, and it plops it down toward, it's not freeze frame on Bob anymore. It's now, it just shows America, Earth. That little seedling orb of love goes down to our planet. We cut to 11 years later, 1956. They must be far. 11 years is a long time for processing and transport. So now we have a little seedling egg that hatches, a little cute little bugger, starts on a little mission through the New Mexico desert. We cut to some brand new teenagers. I'd say 13. They're walking home from maybe a hang. I don't think it was a first date. They're too young, but like a group hang. He walks her home. They walk by a 2-pump convenience store. Now, you know how that little seedling of love just fell down, hatched, and took off? Well, this is what's the saying? What's the saying that people used to always say? This is why we can't have nice things. Like that meme. This is why we can't have nice things. A woodsman floats down to the desert to ruin all our shit. I'm sure the bad guys have their own stuff to track the good guy stuff, just like the good guys just tracked the bad guy stuff. He happens to be the woodsman. There's 2 of them, and they approach a nice 50s couple, older couple, and they go to like help them. Something's going on. He gets kind of transfixed, the husband does, and the wife is not liking it. Finally, she freaks out enough that he snaps out of it, and they get out of there in the nick of time. Back to our teeny boppers. They share a little kiss. She goes inside for the night. The gentleman, he goes home. We cut to our woodsman. Now he's walking by a radio station, and he starts using power and energy to just mush people up. He smacks off the radio, which everyone hears. Everyone in the town's listening to the radio. They hear the record scratch. He flicks it from radio to microphone. This is the well, and this is the water. Drink full and descend. The horse is the white of the eyes and the dark within. Now he's just repeating this over and over and over. All the people listening to the radio station start dropping like flies. He's got some kind of hypnotic something or other. And even our little girl on the date, she's listening to the radio too, but she's in her bed, so she just kind of lays down. She doesn't cash out like the rest of them. And we go back to that little guy crawling through the desert. He hops up in her window, goes and crawls in. Her mouth opens, and that little guy goes in her mouth, inside of her, and I guess the little bugger stays there for a while because he's got a trip to the Pacific Northwest to be born into a human in the late 70s. And that's that. Got a light.